the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Cowboys at 10-5 to start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On second down, it's Pollard. And some space here. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. First down, and it's Pollard again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 44 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now first and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but, hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle they go. Arrington. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Looking to pass. Tua. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Now here's the option play going left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing is Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stafford now to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Tua now on first down. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Bobby Wagner able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Tua sets up to pass it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. 20. 5. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Now Tua. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
43 rail. Heel, black. Red, cycle. Red.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run. A first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Black shot.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified. Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Arrington. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. To throw is Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get it back here just past the 35. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. His fans have to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy?
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now, after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Now Stafford. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Third and long, it's Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick-6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick-6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick-6, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
Spike, find me a quarterback, bro.
We need you to get us back on
Please,
track
bro.
and get us going
You
in the
need a
right
quarterback
direction. So you're
bad.
calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Jesus Christ, this man can't throw nothing, bro.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Stafford.
God fucking damn it. God damn it. God damn it, bro.
Looks like they're going to have to put it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Returnable here from the 38. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And scoring yet again, the Colts extend that lead. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run left with Pollard.
Taken down at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
22 needle.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Ready?
So the drive's going to start with Pollard.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On the ball.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position. as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard and trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him and Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Ficken, up and good. And the lead now down to 20.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Red, yellow.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
Down.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Stafford's throw taken in by Evans here. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Now it's Stafford. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Here we go. Here
And
we
now
go.
on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st.
Black Ultra.
Looking to pass. Tua.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Tua sets up to pass it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
38. Real green. You yellow.
2nd down and goal. Tua being chased out left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Row 52. Field black.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Dalton Schultz, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Stafford on first down. The 20. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. They'll get 34 yards there.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On first down, Arrington. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. On second and goal, Stafford to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down.
Quick throw, finding Mike Evans.
He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
A big play here for Dallas. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Now a give here to Pollard.
Down to about the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away.
That is caught by Lamb.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Eluding the... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Micah Parsons.
Just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. On second down now, Arrington. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. Oh, wait, hold everything. And timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One last throw here for Stanford. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense.